Okay. So time to texture the dials right here. Since we already have this folder called dials, I'm just gonna delete everything that's in it. All right. And I'm just gonna alt click on the mask just to see. I think that's not gonna help. I'm gonna press 4 to go to selection mode, and I think I will do a UV chunk. Actually, let me put something back into the folder just to be able to see what I'm doing. All right, there you go. So if I go to my mask right here, I can go to the UV chunk and add these in it. These little parts. Here you go. Like so. And I'll do the same for this one, this, and this one right here. Because I'm pretty sure inside is a different texture like this. So we should be able to recreate that pretty easy. All right. Actually, maybe I will include this. Yeah, I will include all of it. All right. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. Okay, so now I can start setting up some subfolders inside this folder. So for fill layer 1, I'm just gonna make it in its own layer, in its own folder. And let's see, what part do I want? I think I want to do the I think I want which part do I want? I think I want to do the glass first. Yeah, I'll call this glass. It's not even glass, but whatever it is, whatever's holding these numbers like this, I think I want to do them first, right? So with this folder, I'm gonna add a black mask, add a paint, and in the paint, I'm just gonna choose this UV chunk right here and this one. Yeah, that should do it. Let's see. I see that there is a little distance between the edge and where the glass start, so I'm gonna try to replicate that. So for that, let's see, if I do a black mask here, actually let me make it black first. I'm gonna make this blackish with a little, we don't need normal, we don't need, yeah, we do need the rest. I'll do a 0.1 metallic just to give it that extra slightly metallic glass-ish look. It doesn't look like it's doing anything, but I feel like it does. Maybe it's too black, that's why you can't see what it's doing, but yeah, so if it's like this, no metal, and a little bit of metal like this, makes a pretty big difference. But we want it to be pretty black, maybe like this. Maybe something like this is fine. Yeah, and I'm gonna lower the roughness because this seems pretty, it seems pretty smooth, pretty not rough. So let's see, a 0.2 maybe 0.15. This may be too much. I think I'll do 0.2. Yep. Yeah, 0.2 is fine. So for this, I'm gonna call it base, call the layer base, and right click, add a black mask, right click, add a fill. Yeah, I'm gonna add a fill, and in my I guess my alphas. Yeah, in my alphas, I'll find something called circle. Let's see, this one. This one should do fine. I'm gonna drag it into the fill layer, and I'm gonna go to my 2D 3D mode. Let's see, this goes here. So we about to, first of all, we gotta UV unwrap, we gotta put it on none so that we don't have any tiling. And we go down here like so. If you hold shift and control, it will scale towards the anchor, like the middle point of it. So that's what I'm gonna do right here. And I'm gonna put it like this and scale it. Kind of like this. That should be okay. I'm gonna go to my 2D view real quick. If you see me accidentally like rotating the UV, it's because I hold Alt and left click, and if you hold shift, it will snap to like different 90-degree angles. Because I keep doing it by accident, but yeah, maybe something like this. And I'm gonna go down here and play around with the border width. So maybe something a little bit like 0.25. Let's see, 0.26. If I go to my 3D view, yeah, maybe it could be a little bit. I think this part is fine. Maybe we push this towards the edge a little bit more. Let's see. I'm gonna scale it, hold shift and control. Scale it up just a tad. Yeah, why not? Yeah, this is fine. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, as you can see right here, it has a little bit of a bevel. I could just push the height up, but I think what I'm gonna do, let's see, the height, maybe a 0.015. Wait, 0.015. Maybe something like this, but let's play around with the hardness, because it has a hardness value slider. Let's do some that's too soft. I'm holding shift while I play with the slider. I think 0.9. 0.9 is fine. Maybe 0.95. Yeah. 0.97. Yeah, I think 0.95 should do. Alright, cool. So for this, I'm gonna just right click, duplicate this effect, the circle, and once again, I think this is the second one, which is the bottom part. It's this one right here. We're just gonna move it towards this, like so, right here. Yep. I think this is fine. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, this looked good. It looks pretty good. Yeah. All right. So I think I made a slight little mistake. Let's see, because if I put a fill layer here, right, and I color it red, it's gonna go over this whole thing again, because that's what the main, like the folder, is holding this whole UV chunk. But that's not what I want. What I'm gonna do instead, since I have I have the glass base set up, like I have these set up. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add an anchor point here. Let me call it base glass mask. Okay, and instead of having a paint here where I selected the UV chunk, I'm gonna just X that out. Whoa, my fault. I'm gonna just X that out and right click, add a fill, and in that fill I'm just gonna find the anchor point. Where is it? It's called base glass. There you go, like this. So now whatever fill layer I put inside the mask, it will be tied to this. And if I ever change my mind with these circles, it will also react accordingly. So it's a good setup like this, I think. All right, so now we can put the text. I think for the text I'm only gonna have color, so I'm just gonna call it text right here, have a black mask, and add a fill. I think a fill should do clear search project. Yeah, I think, yeah, I'll do a fill instead. Maybe I could do 2 fills, but all right. So I dragged the dials alpha that we made earlier. I dragged it into the fill layer, and now I'm gonna go to my 2D view. I'm gonna go find it, no repeat, no projection. Press Q to go to the transformation mode. Okay, so I'm gonna scale these. I'm gonna hold Control and scale them. The thing with this is I feel like it would be better if we let me see something. I think what I'm gonna do, you can move the little anchor right here, so I'm gonna move it to like maybe this point and see if that will help. Yeah, it's helping a little bit. So let's see, let's start U, that 2, 3, 4. Okay, all right, this is fine. Let me make sure it's really in the middle. I'm gonna go to my display and turn on wireframe. Okay, so I want it to be that's not gonna work. Maybe like this. Yeah, I reckon this seems all right. Maybe slightly. The reason why, like, I could use a little paint layer here and stamp it, but one thing with, let me show you. If I right click on the mask and add a paint, and I try to paint, right, let's make it white. So let me put in my crosshair view. So as you can see, the middle of my brush is not on a UV spot. It's not gonna paint. So my brush needs to be literally right on the UV for it to start painting. So if I go like this, it's not gonna paint. It's really annoying, but that's how it is. So that's why I'm trying to use the fill instead of trying to paint it manually with a little paint layer. So let's keep doing it with the fill. Something like this. Let's see, 3D only. I can turn off the wireframe. Yeah, I think I can scale these down just a tiny bit. 2D only. I think this should do fine. Yeah, they should do nicely. Okay, now I'm gonna right click on the fill and just duplicate it. And now I can take this and bring it down here. I'm gonna alt click on the mask again, click on the little anchor and put it right in the middle. I might have to scale it down just a bit. Actually, I think this looks good already. Let me see. Yeah, you have the little space down here and these are pretty much touching the border, so let's try that. Something like this. Yeah, I think this should do fine. Yeah. Maybe it's too high up. We'll scale it down. Just a bit. Okay. Yeah, I think this is fine. Yeah. I think this will do. Now we just gotta make it white. I will say almost pure white. Kind of don't want it to be fully white, but for now, every like when it's made, it's kind of really white. So we're just gonna add a bunch of roughness variations on it. Okay, all right. Yeah, I think it's looking good. Ooh, hold on. Yep. If you have OCD and you look at my space right here, it's looking kind of interesting. One thing I'm noticing is that I think my you can see like this is slightly gray. Like the alpha is slightly gray. I think the reason for that is because it's not on RGB for some reason. I think it's on CMYK. I will have to fix that. But it should be pretty easy, pretty quick. Let me try to put this on screen. Hopefully that'll work. I don't think it will. Maybe I put a levels and push the black just a little bit until you can't see it anymore. There you go. This is fine. Yeah. Okay, this is fine. Okay, so for that, I want to remove these. I'm just gonna put a paint layer and put it on multiply. And if I press 1, I'm gonna go to my full cursor preview. And let's see, I'm painting with white, so I'm gonna switch it to black or press X to toggle, and I'm just gonna paint out these like so. Yeah, this is good. This is fine. That is also fine. And for the rest, it should be pretty self-explanatory. Same basic thing we've been doing before. Let's see. I'm gonna add this metal border. So what part did we have that had metal? I think it was this. So the small knobs. Where's the metal? I'm just gonna copy this metal folder from the small knobs, and I'm gonna paste it inside the glass. No. I'm gonna paste it inside the dials folder. Let me just make sure I take out the mask, right click, and we can either do remove mask, or we can just shift click on the mask to disable it, which is pretty much the same thing. Let's see if I put, it really doesn't matter. So I think we do need the mask. So what I'm gonna do is shift click on the mask again and override it with adding a black mask. And I'm gonna add a paint. And for that, let's see, I'm gonna press 4. I'm gonna press 4 to go to my selection mode, and I'm just gonna click and click and click, just like this one, like this. All right, but we obviously, this is, I don't think this is as grungy. Maybe it has some little tiny smudges here and there, but I think I want it to be fairly clean for me. If not, just at least not this really dark contrast between the different colors. Let me see if I go to base color. Yeah, I don't want it to have like all these variations that much. So let's see if I turn these off. They look fine. The roughness, all right, the roughness variation is what I want to play with. So I'm gonna keep the colors, and I'm just gonna play with the roughness variation just a bit. So I'm just gonna switch from base color to roughness right here, and I'm just gonna lower the opacity to like 10. Please update. There you go. Yeah, I still give it a little bit of roughness variation, just not as much. Let's see that this is without it. With it, maybe we can do 15. Yeah, and it's slightly brighter, so I'm gonna go ahead and make it just a little bit brighter, kind of like this. Yeah, this is fine. Something is bothering me. I think it's the base color. So in the roughness variation folder, we have this roughness and base color thing right here. I'm just gonna lower the base color again. Yeah, we have a texture in the base color. I think that's what's throwing me off so much. Yeah, let's see now. Yeah, let me turn off color. Maybe it's not the color. Maybe it is still the roughness. Okay, I'm gonna go back to roughness and see if I can lower it even more. I'm gonna do 5. Yeah, maybe I'll do 7. Just so it doesn't completely vanish, you know? Yeah, this is fine. We'll test it out in Marmoset in a little bit. Okay, I think this is a good start. We are getting some nice look going on. There we go. Yep. And before we end this video, I'm just gonna give the base colors for the dials, like themselves, like these knobs. I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna call it base, and I'm just gonna put it in a folder. Control G to put it in a folder, and then I'm gonna name the folder turn handles. I'm gonna right click, add a black mask, right click, add a paint, and instead of UV chunk, I'm just gonna use the mesh fill. And the mesh fill, I'm just gonna click on this one like so, and I'm gonna click on this one as well like so. All right, so let's see what kind of base color we want for it. I'm just gonna turn off everything but base for now, just for now though. Let's see, I kind of want to give it some kind of orange for fast track. Let's see, would it look good? Yes, but maybe not this orange. Maybe we need like a darker. This is like salmon. That's not what I want. Okay, so this is yellowish. What if we use a blue? Maybe the orange is too close to this color. What if we use like a blue to complement the body, you know? Let's see. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go all the way down to the main case, find the main base color, which was this, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna grab this copy layer. Copy layer, here you go. Where is... And I'm gonna paste it in the turn dials folder like this. Oh wait, why is it white? I thought it was yellow. We have a yellow one, right? Yeah, here's the yellow. It's in the discoloration for the very like second layer. So I'm gonna copy it and paste it into the turn handles. I'm gonna remove the mask. Where is it? Black mask, remove mask. All right. And then what if I take a levels into the base color and click invert? Let's see if that look cool. It's not too bad. It's not as blue as I was hoping it would be. Maybe we can contrast it a little bit. Yeah, why not? I just don't want it to be like all the same color. Yeah, this would look fine. Let me try the orange again. I think the orange is like grabbing the attention too much. Maybe a really faded orange. Nah, I really don't like that. I think I'll go with the blue-ish. Maybe a bit more, a bit darker, like this. Yeah, why not? Yeah, so I'm gonna export these textures out just to check it in Marmoset, and then we'll move on to the next video. So we don't have to do anything, just click export. All right, sick. Here we go. All right, so again, when I turn on ray tracing, the video quality, because of all the grains and stuff, looks kind of not as good, but it's just the ray tracing. So I just wanna test it out just for a few seconds, and then we'll go back to regular. Yeah, I don't think I don't mind. I don't think I mind this too much. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think I mind the blue. Yeah, why not? Yeah, the blue seems fine. Look at that. Yeah, that looks fine. All right, sick. I'm just gonna turn off ray tracing again, and I will hit save. And this is where we'll stop. And in the next video, we'll finish out all this, and we can move on to finishing these little minor details, and we'll finish the screen afterwards. All right, see you there.